Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about lucky girl syndrome. It's kind of become very popular on social media, especially TikTok and Instagram. So I wanted to talk about it here on YouTube. So first and foremost, I just want to say that the lucky girl syndrome is nothing new. It is basically the law of assumption or law of attraction. Basically, it proposes that when we act a certain way or we want something and we want to pull it into our reality, we believe it and then we get it, right? So it's kind of law of assumption, law of attraction type syndrome, and they call it lucky girl syndrome. And I think the title itself is why everyone is so attracted to it and wants to have lucky girl syndrome. So basically, all it is using positive affirmations. Affirmations like you receive unexpected money, you get luxury, you get gifts, you get wealth, you get power. Like you're asking the universe for these material gains. And a lot of people are having success with it. And I believe it's because you are programming the subconscious mind with these lucky girl affirmations, with the law of assumption and the law of attraction, because you think these things, you will actually get it, right? So let's talk about pushback. I want to give a shout out to Jolie Art because we are on the same wave when we talk about pushback. It's kind of like the human itself is programmed with pushback. Like whenever you want or desire something, you don't get it immediately. And there's a reason for that because most humans are programmed with pushback. So it's almost like when you desire something or you want to manifest something, you will automatically receive pushback. It's not going to come immediately. And I know there's people, because there's always people we feel like they get everything they want and they get it quickly. We're just seeing the outer picture. We don't see what goes on behind a lot of hard work that they're doing. They're not showing you and they're not telling you. So it may seem like someone is manifesting something instantly or someone became famous overnight. A lot of that stuff is just not true. Jolie Art was talking about how as humans, we are programmed with pushback. So the way we don't suffer from it is basically to accept that there's going to be pushback. Accept that you're not going to get what you want right when you want it. Just accept it. In this way, you don't suffer. You don't suffer from wanting something right here, right now, and then it not manifesting when you actually want it. The lucky girl syndrome, I actually think it's a good thing. I think it's good to program your mind and your subconscious mind with something like lucky girl syndrome, saying that you're lucky, you're powerful, you're asking the universe for many things that you want and you desire. And like I said, a lot of people are getting it, okay? But remember, we can't stay within our minds with it. We have to come outside of our mind. That means moving those creative thoughts, those powerful thoughts into the material world. We have to actually put some action behind our words to make it manifest. Thinking it is one thing, feeling it is awesome. Your emotions actually weigh a lot more than your thoughts, believe it or not. If you can feel lucky and also know that you're lucky, that is a powerful pair, okay? I want to jump back to the pushback, right? I actually feel like we're programmed with pushback because we also have negative intrusive thoughts as well. And the last thing we want to happen is for those negative and those intrusive thoughts to happen almost immediately. We don't want that. I often get premonitions, and it could be quite scary. Seeing someone you love get into a car accident or something like that. I have to immediately stop those thoughts and switch it over to something positive. So I really feel like we're programmed with pushbacks because we're only human beings. And a lot of times we have negative thoughts. And we don't want our negative thoughts to manifest, So I feel like there is a certain level of pushback for a certain reason. The universe can't tell or decipher if it's something we want that is positive or negative. It can't decipher. It just knows that you're thinking about something all the time and you're desiring it all the time, and it wants to give that to you. So if we're thinking about negative things all the time, we're going to get it sooner or later. Thank goodness for pushback, because if we didn't have that pushback, our negative thoughts would manifest instantly, and we don't want that at all. So I think pushback is good. And I feel like what Jolie Art said in her video about pushback and humans being programmed with this demon or daemon type subconscious program is actually good for those of us who have negative thoughts sometimes. Like, we're trying to be positive, and sometimes we just have negative thoughts, and that's normal, but we don't want them to manifest quickly. So basically, like I said, what I do is I just push them out immediately and think of something positive. So the pushback is actually something that you're going to experience with lucky girl syndrome. So everyone thinks they're just going to magically get what they want. And some of us will. And some of us will get things quicker than other people. Why? Because those people have already experienced a level of pushback. They've already had pushback like 50 times already. So their manifestation will come a lot quicker than someone who's still on level 1 or 2 with pushback, if that makes any sense. So we have to put things into action as well. We can't just sit around dreaming about being a lucky girl and having material gains. The thought process is the first process, but it's not the only process, because there's layers to this, right? We have to think about it. We have to, by thinking about it, we kind of put it in our subconscious mind. From there, we have to use action and actually putting things out here into the material world. And then we have to check our emotions. Are we emotional about this? Are we happy? Are we grateful? Are we sending off the right vibrations for our thoughts and our actions to be able to manifest it in the material form? So when we're trying to program ourselves with this lucky girl syndrome, remember, when you're programming material gains, when you're programming luxury items and gifts and spa days and vacations, guys, remember to also program yourself with love, with support, with kindness, with help from others, forgiveness, because I feel like these things should be included in the lucky girl syndrome as well, because they are well needed when we're trying to manifest and become a lucky girl or a lucky guy. You know what I mean? So this lucky girl syndrome is definitely onto something. I think it's very positive, but it's nothing new. I'm just going to be honest. It's nothing new. It's the law of assumption and law of attraction, but it kind of has a theme. And that theme is lucky girl syndrome. And I think it kind of has a good theme. Everybody wants this syndrome. Like they want to be a lucky girl and manifest everything that they want in life. So it has a great title. It's very trendy, but just know what it is. And what it is the law of assumption and the law of attraction. But you're programming yourself with affirmations, with positive affirmations of being this girl that's so lucky. She gets everything that she wants. And I actually think it's something positive and amazing. And I feel like anyone can program themselves with lucky girl syndrome. Just remember, we have our thoughts, we have our emotions, and we are putting things into action in the material world. And we need to expect pushback. We need to expect that. And that way we don't suffer when we don't get what we want immediately or instantly. We won't suffer. We'll just expect it. And when it happens, it'll be like, okay, I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming. So I think if we put all of these levels and aspects together, we're actually okay with pushback. We know that it's coming. We're expecting it. And we're putting our positive lucky girl affirmations out there into the world with wealth, power, material gains. But we're also doing affirmations for love, support, and kindness, help from others, forgiveness. We can actually become lucky girls. We can be the walking, talking, lucky girl that we want to be, actually. So when I heard of lucky girl syndrome, I just wanted to look more into it before I did this podcast. And basically, like I said, it's old school law of assumption, law of attraction, but it has a theme. And the theme is lucky girl syndrome, being a lucky girl, getting what you want in life, having what you want in life, asking the universe for it, and actually getting it. So I feel like if we stick behind our levels, then we can achieve this. We can achieve this lucky girl syndrome. If we get it into our subconscious mind that we are lucky and that's all that we're accepting in life, then it will be there and it will happen. Just some of us have to expect the pushback. As humans, we're programmed with it. It's gonna happen. Like I said, some people get things faster because they've already experienced levels of pushback. They try to get something that they really wanted. Let's use an example like the lottery, okay? You want to win the lottery. You've played the lottery, you've done scratch tickets, you've even intuitively got your own numbers, and you failed multiple times. Let's say you failed 50 times, but you believe that you're a lucky girl and you were expecting the pushback anyway. So it's not bothering you. It's not affecting you. It's not putting you in a negative mode because you expected it. So you're not suffering. When you fail, you're not suffering because you expected it, right? So on your 51st time of playing the lottery, you win. You're still a lucky girl. That makes you even more lucky. And you're going to do it repeatedly because you're going to be like, wow, I did this once. I can do it again and again and again. So I'm kind of feeling this lucky girl syndrome. And I just wanted to do a podcast to talk about it. This might be the first time some of you are hearing about it, but it's become very popular on social media. So I just wanted to drop a podcast about it, put my 2 cents in, and also give some pointers on how to make this happen, how to make it manifest. And that's by using our thoughts, our emotions, and putting things into action. We are pushing out negative, intrusive thoughts, and we're switching over to something positive, just like a switch. When you practice that, it becomes normalized in your brain, and it will be just like clicking on a light. your brain will be able to do it without you having to actually think about it. It will instantly happen. So I'm feeling this lucky girl syndrome. I think I am going to make some lucky girl subliminal videos and also some shorts. So look out for those. I'd love to hear your questions or what you think about it in the comment section. And thanks for checking out this podcast. See you guys soon.